Let's look at how dual SIM works on the Galaxy S23 Ultra. I'm really excited about this feature on this device because I've had every version of the Galaxy S series of phone, and in the US, it has struggled at having dual SIM. And up till the last couple of generations of this device, it just hasn't been possible, even though it's a feature that's built in. Here in the US, it just wasn't possible to make happen. But now it works in the S23 Ultra, and I wanted to walk you through how to set this up and how this setting works so that you can make calls, text messages, and use data from two different lines. As you can see up here in the top right-hand corner, I have two different carriers. And if I pull down, you can see that I've got the two different carriers shown right here, and I can see the information about the signal strength and also the label that I gave it. I'm using both Google Fi and Verizon on this device. Essentially, Google Fi is powered by T-Mobile, and so anywhere that there's T-Mobile service, you're going to get Google Fi. And the reason that I use Google Fi is because it's a cheap option for a carrier service if you don't use a lot of data, and being that sometimes this is my secondary device, that often is the option. And the deals that they give when these new phones come out, I've saved like $600 buying the S23 Ultra from Google Fi, and I have to keep it activated for, I think it's 180 days or something like that. That's not a problem to save $600 on a phone, especially when I can dual SIM it and then use Verizon, which is my primary carrier. Another reason that I use both of these carriers is that I live in northwestern Montana, and in town here, Verizon is actually slower than T-Mobile or Google Fi. But if I drive too far outside of town, then Verizon is the better carrier as far as signal strength and distance out in some of the areas that are less populated, where Verizon seems to be better and T-Mobile doesn't seem to have as good of coverage. So I have both lines, and even when I'm using an iPhone, I'm utilizing both lines as well so that I can have good coverage regardless of where I'm at. So it's great that it shows you this right here, kind of an expanded view. If I go down into the phone app and start to type in a number, as you can see here, we also have Google Fi pop up, and I can change it between Google Fi and Verizon. So that's really simple for sending calls and choosing which line. You just simply tap on the carrier that you want. Now, if I'm in text messaging and I go to send a text message, I also have the option to choose between the two different carriers here as well. So on a text message, it says text Google Fi, and then if I switch it to Verizon, it says text Verizon. And because I labeled each of these lines this way, it makes it very obvious to me which line I'm selecting. So if I go into settings, so we'll tap on settings and go to connections and go down to SIM Manager, you can see I have two different SIMs here, both the SIM card and the eSIM. Now, you can use two different eSIMs. There is a card slot on this phone that accepts one SIM card, and then there's the ability to add eSIMs as well. I can go completely SIM cardless and use two eSIMs, but I found it better to use a physical SIM and an eSIM because when you are on a phone call and you are not able to use the data while you're on a phone call, I can use the data from the secondary line, and that works out really great. So you can see that both of these lines are toggled on. I also have primary SIM selected, but I can go and change it between Google Fi and Verizon. If I go into one of the lines, I can change its icon between a variety of different icons and then also give it a name. I decided to call them by the carrier names, Google Fi and Verizon. That is easy for me to remember because on this phone, I have one line that I just absolutely don't use for anything. So the phone number is not anything that I've committed to memory. And the other line has a phone number that I do use. And so it's easier for me just to know, okay, I want to call using, or I want to use the data on Google Fi or on Verizon. It makes it easy for me to remember. But you can label these however you want. It could be labeled personal and business. It could be a home or office, or however you wanted to label these that makes the most sense for you. So let's go through the setup process. It's very easy. We'll tap on Add eSIM. Now you need to have your phone configured and ready for service. That means that you have to have a line ready at one of the carriers. You have to have given them your IMEI number, and then they have to have activated a line for you. So then you tap on Add eSIM, and it's going to search for an eSIM that's available. If it struggles to find an eSIM, you might choose your carrier to help it search the specific carrier, but essentially it's searching all the carriers looking to see if any of the carriers have that IMEI number on file, and it should automatically do it. That is what happened for me once that line was ready. It then went through the process really quickly of connecting and getting that set up, and then the phone prompted me to restart. Once I restarted the phone, I had 2 lines available on my Galaxy S23 ready to use, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, an option that you'll want to turn on if you want to use data while you're on a call on the other line is this allows secondary SIM to use data during calls. With this enabled, it allows you to use data while you're on a call on the other device. And so that can be a challenge. You know, if you're on a call, typically your data doesn't work or it doesn't work well. This allows it to use the secondary line and use its data so that you can have full access to high-speed data, 4G, 5G, whatever you're connected to, while you are on that call, which is a great feature to have. For me, if I'm on a call, sometimes it's a long call and I want to be able to use data, and without having 2 lines, that's just not really possible. Now, if we go under data usage, you can see here that it separates our data usage between the 2 different SIMs. And so we've got Google Fi up here. It shows me my data usage, and we've got Verizon down here below. Now, if you're wanting to use mobile hotspot and tethering, it's going to use whatever you have set as the primary line. You want to make sure that that one is set to your primary line when using hotspots or tethering. So dual SIM is a great option for expanding the usability of your phone, depending on where you're at, whether you need expanded coverage here in the United States or you travel abroad to different countries. You can have an eSIM and you can have a physical SIM depending on the country that you're going to. Some of them do support eSIM and you can utilize the eSIM feature, or you can utilize your eSIM for your local number and then utilize your SIM card tray for that extra SIM that might be an international carrier that still only supports the physical SIM. So lots of great things that you can do. My preference is to have my local number set as my eSIM, so that leaves my SIM card tray available to put a SIM in easily. It's much easier to add a SIM through a physical SIM when you need to have something short term, whether it be a prepaid SIM or a SIM for international use. It's easier just to grab a SIM card and activate it that way than it is to switch out eSIMs and all of that stuff. Deactivating an eSIM and then reactivating it, sometimes that can get kind of sticky, and you might end up having to call your carrier and have them release your eSIM from a particular IMEI to switch over to the other one. And that could just be a time-consuming process. So my preference is to have my primary line that I know I'm going to use most set to the eSIM, so that way the physical SIM can be taken out and removed easily, and physical SIMs can be swapped between different phones, usually pretty easily without much of a problem. So I hope I helped answer some questions on how to use dual SIM on the Galaxy S23 Ultra. This is also going to work on other Galaxy S23 devices as well. It's a fantastic feature, and it definitely helps you utilize your device in a lot of different ways, especially when those areas require specific carriers for good connection. So that's going to do it for this video. Make sure to ask any questions that you have down in the comment sections below. I have a S23 cases video that you should check out if you're interested in the best cases that I found on Amazon. You can check out that video. It's also linked down below. But that's going to do it for this one. Give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you can be notified when I put out new videos. We'll see you in the next one.